lexicon with our Wednesday edition of News in Depth. Good evening. Here's what you need to know. Marcus Bishram freed again, this time by a high court judge. Here is Royston Tricks with that report.
United States businessman murder accused Marcus Bishram was today granted his freedom once again, this time by High Court Judge Simon Ramlal. Bishram was charged with the murder of Corentin Carpenter Fires, narrowing that. Justice Ramlal handed down a 32-page ruling to his battery of lawyers on Monday via email. One of his lawyers, Bernardi Silva, told reporters that the judge in her order said that their client must be released forthwith.
Grant an order of sortorieri, among other orders, quashing the committal. In essence, what that means, she had instructed in her order that the prisoner or client be released forthwith.
His battery of lawyers moved to the High Court after the Director of Public Prosecutions instructed Magistrate Renita Singh to commit Bishram to the High Court for trial. This was after Singh returned a no-case submission in the matter, which was heard in the Wim Magistrates Court. Bishram was greeted by his lawyers as he exited the Camp Street jail, all in smiles. A heavily tinted vehicle was parked outside of the prison, waiting to escort him to his home in Berbice. After his departure, his lawyers, Sanjeev Dattadin and Dexter Todd, spoke with members of the media. Both lawyers maintained that there was no evidence against their client.
The judicial system has worked. We've been saying all along, there's no reason that Mr. Bishram should have ever been charged. There's no evidence. We've gone through several PIs. The magistrate has agreed. The DPP has tried to override that. We went to a judge of the High Court now who has also agreed with us. This has always been our position. We've been saying it over and over. This is really the state going after a citizen when they should never have done so. There was never any evidence. But today is proof that the judicial system works. The system does work. It works a little slowly, perhaps a little too slowly for many people, because who's going to give back Mr. Bishram all the days of incarceration that he suffered as a result of this? He was incarcerated in the United States and he was also incarcerated here. Who's going to give him back that time? His dignity was taken away. His name was sullied in every newspaper. For months on end, you heard about all the persons saying, this is what happened, that is what happened, that he tried to bribe this person, he tried to do that. All of that has been said. He withstood all of that. And now a magistrate has agreed that there is nothing to charge him with, and a judge has also agreed on that.
We've been seeing this from the beginning. We have said there is absolutely no evidence against Marcus Bishram. And when we have judgments like this, we have to celebrate it, because this is really an enforcement of the law. It's really an enforcement of the rights. And we cannot sit by and allow someone to languish in prison, to stay in prison, and there is no case against them. There was absolutely no mistake in law that the magistrate made. And therefore, it would have been improper, in my view, for the Director of Public Prosecutions to have instructed a committal.
Bishram lost his extradition case in the United States and was extradited to Guyana on November 21, 2019 to answer to the murder charge. A U.S. judge ruled that there was sufficient evidence presented to the court for the Guyanese-born U.S. businessman Marcus Bishram to be extradited to Guyana. Bishram was said to be the alleged mastermind in the murder of Corentin Carpenter Fires, Narendat's body was discovered on the Corentin Highway at a scene that appeared to be that of a hit-and-run accident. It was later revealed that the father of two was murdered and his body dumped to stage the crime scene.
Wouldn't it be nice if we didn't have so much waste to dispose of in the landfill? Well, composting can help us reduce the waste we dispose of by turning our organic waste into compost, which can be used to improve the quality of our soil.
Composting is very simple and convenient.
You can compost using organic waste such as vegetable skins,
or fallen leaves and cut grass and put this in a composting bin or pile.
Compost can help your garden grow healthy plants
while reducing your volume of waste. It's a really good way to keep our communities clean and healthy.
So, let's all start composting our waste.
Find out how easy it is. Call us on 226-2189 or 227-8429 or visit our website moc.gov.ui. A message from the Ministry of Communities in collaboration with the Inter-American Development Bank.
Shh! It's your new secret. The all-in-one weapon for perfecting imperfections and capturing flawless skin. A lot of brands forget women of color or just don't understand that we come in all shades. From caramel to ebony, there's such a range. Iman Cosmetics is for every woman and features a line of skincare products and cosmetics including 16 foundation shades, powder, concealer, lipstick, blush, eyeshadow, highlighter and BB cream. Visit us at Lot 75 Swamp Section, Rosal Town. That's behind the market. Or call 337-4422 or 688-9249. Shh.
National Grade 6 assessment is set for July 1st and 2nd. Teachers Union says it will put teachers and students at risk. More in this report. President of the Guyana Teachers Union, Mark Light, is expressing his concerns over the safety of both students and teachers, following the announcement by CXC Council that the regional exam will be held in July.
And that places the Guyanese students in a very peculiar position to get themselves prepared for an exam that they were not able to complete their preparation. We are aware that when school closed on the 13th of March, that several components of the syllabus were left undone. And many students, those especially living in the far-flung regions that were housed in dorms, had to return to their homes, many of whom don't have access to any online platform due to internet connectivity. And that has posed a problem for the completed preparation of the learners. I am aware that several teachers across Guyana who have access to internet, and not all teachers do have, and have the capacity to interact with learners on different platforms, have been doing so. But here we're talking about equality, where several learners were unable to access the platform and therefore would be not in a position to write the exam. So we are extremely concerned.
Light is calling for a rescheduling of that timeline since the region and the rest of the world is dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic.
So we are extremely concerned as a union and wanting to appeal to the ministry to make the necessary representation to the Caribbean Examination Council to have this exam rescheduled for September, as we previously would have highlighted. We believe that a September date for the CXC Cape examination would be a reasonable time for us to see the flattening of the curve against this COVID-19 virus, and with enough time given for learners to re-enter the learning environment and for teachers to prepare them.
He also expresses concern over the National Grade 6 exam since the students have not been able to complete the term's work because of the pandemic.
This is another case of concern. We believe that, again, like the CXC children, the grade 6 learners are not prepared. Their preparation has not been completed, and the same factors that mitigate against the CXC students, we see those factors coming to play in the national grade 6 learners. I also wish to point out that the ministry seems to have a decent protocol as it relates to sanitization of schools and classrooms and all of that. But if we check around this country, not a lot has been done to date to kickstart the sanitization process. And one of the things that they're talking about is building water troughs and installing sinks at the entrance of school premises, and that is not happening, as I would have noted, across my region in particular, and I'm not aware that any particular region has kick-started that activity. We also recognize that for those exams to be conducted, schools will have to be sanitized. We have not heard of any process being started along that line. So we are greatly concerned about placing our teachers and our learners back in an unsafe environment, and we believe that the National Grade 6 assessment should be in the new, should be in October, as we have communicated to the ministry before, because we believe that the ministry needs to first determine whether the September to December term will be treated as a third term or as the commencement of the new academic year. Once that is determined, we will then understand whether there is a haste for us to run off the National Grade 6 or if we have time for an October exam.
This same sentiment was expressed by the Caribbean Teachers Union, which Light is a member of. Melissa Khan, News in Depth. North Road murder victim identified. More details in this report.
The body of the man who was found on North Road with a suspected stab wound has been identified as Floyd David Call Foodface. The man's motionless body was found on Sunday morning at the side of the road between Cummins Street and Orange Walk. The man is said to be a drug addict and was allegedly stabbed by another man over a quarrel for marijuana. As word of his death got around, the police investigators quickly rushed to the scene and cordoned off the area as they commenced their investigations. Members of the forensic unit then arrived and began combing the crime scene. Bloodstains were seen in front of this building, which has a small shack in front. Persons in the market said the man would normally do odd jobs around the market and was recently released from prison after serving 7 years for murder which occurred in the Border Market area some years ago. The police are currently in search of the suspect who dealt him the fatal stab wound. The police probe into the murder is ongoing.
And that has brought us to the end of our news for tonight. For these and other stories, visit our website at rdproductiongy.com or our Facebook page at Royston Driggs Production. I am Melissa Khan. Good night.